Turn that off. Hello and welcome to Blue Garden Cottage. It's been a very busy 2 weeks with making jams and syrups and dehydrating stuff and making fruit leathers, and today's no different. This whole week has been very busy between serving family and gardening and harvesting, preserving, and all sorts of chaoses, and combined with sleepless nights. Just one of those stages, I think. I am absolutely exhausted. I cannot begin to explain. My eyes are blurring. I'm so tired. And it's already almost 10 o'clock at night. That's how busy I've been. I only stopped for an hour or so tonight because my feet just couldn't take anymore. I've been on my feet all day, every day for ages now. So this is a jam that I'm busy stewing down slowly just to reduce it, because I haven't added any pectin except for lemon juice, which is fresh lemon juice, and some unripe apples that have fallen from the trees in the back garden. They aren't ripe yet, but they make perfect addition for pectin. And even though it won't set like a jelly with a proper thing, it's going to reduce to a really, really thick, almost compote of fruit. And in here I had plums. There's plums in there, there's plums drying in there for prunes, there's plums in the freezer that I've halved, stoned, and they were all washed, and this is what's left of those that weren't completely ripe yet, but in just a few days they've completely ripened. So I'm going to keep a few to eat for a couple of days, and the rest is going to be washed, halved, stoned, and then frozen to be used in smoothies and then stewed freshly later for things. But I prefer plums fresh. I'm not very keen on cooked plums. I don't like the taste so much, but these were all from, there was a total, oh, what have I done with a piece of paper? I had, oh, hang on a second. Some of that plum jam I was making. Came out nice and thick, but not as a jelly type jam as we used to thinking about jam. Came out nice though. And these are some of the plums we dried for prunes. Not as sweet as the ones we get in the shop, because obviously they're not covered in sugar and other preservatives, but it's dried out properly, so well and truly chewy. So I'm glad I've preserved some of those. But of course, as you can see, my hands and my nails, the joys of working with plums is the kind of tannin that they stain your hands with. It's awful. Look at that. Makes you look like you've been smoking. But and as you know, I don't smoke, but it does leave your hands stained, so you're a bit embarrassed to use your hands in public. The fruit is still coming in little drips and drabs. Little alpine strawberries, well, little, they're massive actually. This is the size they usually are at the most, but we get a lot of them. I think they must have cross-pollinated with the normal strawberries at some point. And although not very sweet, boy are they pungent with strawberry flavour. And the blackberries, they're getting smaller now. They're not as full as they were earlier in the season, But you know, it's all good. It's all fruit. I shall freeze most of them because I've now completely run out of storage space for dry food storage. So, and the freezer is also running out of space, so I do not know what we're going to do. We're going to be eating a lot of fresh stuff as it comes in. We're going to be sick of fresh fruits and stuff like that. The garden is still growing. I'll show you that in a minute. And this is another thing that's been keeping me busy over the past 2 weeks. That's why you haven't really heard from me, is because I've been doing a lot of propagating, transplanting, clearing out, tidying up. Thankfully the butternut squash is finally starting to flower, but who knows what will become of that. All the cabbages have failed except for that one, which I will have to harvest soon. It's got a nice solid head on there that's going to have to be harvested. But yeah, my quinoa is starting to get flowers, so it won't be long before we have grains from them. That's all I had left anyway. And my favorite rose scented pelargoniums, oh, just love those. Still haven't got around to finish painting those slats for the fencing, but I've been tidying up a little bit, tidying up and keeping up with the watering and nibbling on the fennel flowers as per usual. So sweet, so tasty. Of course the stuff I put in here, amazingly, is starting to grow nicely. These ones, all I will do is keep watering and feeding, because I let them go to seed and save the beans for stews for the winter. So literally that's all I do. Once they're in an established, water, feed and let them go. I've still got 2 pots here of potatoes, the earlies that I have never harvested and really should. Oh, the hedge, oh my goodness, we clipped that hedge on, when was it? Thursday last week? Yeah, Wednesday or Thursday, and that one. So the hedge has had a good clip in, all the chippings have gone on the floor. And the apples are looking good and promising, although of course we have some that are not that good. Those are giving us a second flush. Well, there's not a great deal happening at the minute other than keeping on top of everything, harvesting, preserving. I mean, not a great deal that takes up all the time there is in between serving and helping others, and I really need to get stuck in with some of the projects that we started earlier in the year. Can't wait to get them done. Just got stuck in a bit of a rut this year. I think everybody has. Things are not worked out the way we've all planned. So I shall be glad to get stuck into something. I'm exhausted, not sleeping very well, but I need to get these jobs done. I'm stuck in a boring rut, a hamster wheel so to speak, and I need to move on. So tonight I shall be starting some clearing out tonight in one of the bedrooms, and hopefully that'll kick-start a forward move in getting other things done. You know, it's a bit of a dominoes effect. You get one thing started that runs into another thing getting done, and so on and so on. So I think I just need to kick-start. So I'm going to do that tonight, just a little bit, just a bit to get me started, get the momentum going. Oh, it's that time of year. Autumn is coming in, and look at that, there's a sunset coming over from the front garden into the back. You just see the reflection there between the trees on the house's window behind us. But still plenty going on, plenty growing, plenty of bird and nature sounds, plenty of harvests. Carrots are finally growing, and all the shallots and the spinach, so we should be getting lots of spinach now as well, but at the moment we need to be careful of too much of that. That has to be cooked for a while. We can't have it raw for a while for health reasons. Thinking kidneys. So there we are, all growing, doing its thing. You'd think this would be a quiet time of the year, but no, it's never a quiet time. So on this lovely hot scorcher of a day, I'm going to wish you a lovely day. I'm sorry if some of the bits of videos are cut off. I kept running out of battery and phone calls were made and received during filming, and I should have remembered to put my phone on airplane mode when filming. Note to self. So do share with me what you've been doing in the past couple of weeks. What harvests do you have coming in, whether edible or otherwise? It'd be lovely to have you with us, and I shall speak to you again soon. Take care. Bye bye.